Hey guys, my name is Necro, and let's have some fun with Sunless Sea. I know this game's a little bit on the older side, it's been out for about 2 years now, but I've never actually gotten very far in the game. I've got about 8 hours logged so far, but I keep dying. I haven't quite figured out where I need to go or what exactly is the best way to do things, so I figure if I'm going to keep trying this game, let's actually see if I can get any decent progress in and make a series out of it. Because I love the game, I love the vibe, I love the Lovecraftian thing that's going on here. So let's just jump right in. I have a save. I'm not going to use it. Oh, I already deleted it. During the holidays, they had a thing with Santa Claus. Pretty sure he was about to eat me, which is why I am not going to continue that game. Apparently I already made that decision because it's already deleted. I don't remember doing that. I know a lot of the people who have watched my videos so far have had one comment in common, and that's that I don't talk enough. Haven't quite gotten used to this whole camera thing yet. I also have a tendency to tunnel vision on the games that I'm playing. I focus too hard on what I'm doing here. Trying to get a little bit more comfortable with the camera in front of me. So just bear with me if you have any big gaps of silence. I'm definitely going to try and talk a lot more. But that might end up with some rambling and some things you don't want to hear, so you ask for more talking, be careful what you wish for. Alright, so let's jump right in. Now, to anybody who's not familiar with this game, the whole premise is London has fallen underground, and there's this big, gaping ocean beneath the world that nobody knew existed before. It's like a bridge between our world and the underworld. It's called the Unterzee. See? In the reign of Victoria, London was stolen by bats. Now it lies a mile below the surface. It was dreadfully inconvenient for everyone, but it opened a vast black ocean to you. Welcome to the Unterzee. And basically, London's just still kicking. So, you're a pilot of a background of your choosing, and you try and make your living on this big black ocean filled with Lovecraftian horrors and great old gods and hellspawn and all that fun shit. So, let's decide who we were. You're now in a room above the blind helmsman. That's the bar that you live in before you have your own house. So what do we want to be? Street urchin. About the stats. I actually don't remember what all the stats are. They kind of go over what they are here. The street urchin gives you bonus to subterfuge, it seems. I think if we were to compare this to like D&D stats, Veils would be like your rogue stats, so Dex and maybe a little bit of charisma. Pages would be intellect with a little bit of charisma. Iron would be strength and con. Hearts would be con and wisdom. And mirrors would be just straight wisdom focus, I guess, if we were to focus it down that way. By what I can tell. Keep in mind, I'm not very good at this game. So, I'm going to be learning as you learn, unless you have already learned, in which case you're going to be watching me learn and laughing at me. Which is fine. Detection and perception sounds like it would be a really good idea down here in this big black ocean. So, let's go with that. We were a natural philosopher, now we're a Z captain. Echoes is your currency. Mirrors is your stat. Plausible surgeon, that's my, one of my officers. I've got officers here. You got a mascot, and then we can also get a gunnery officer, a cook, a chief engineer, and a first officer. Each one of these will give me a bonus to different stats, as well as dialogue options, open up quests, things like that. Someone's looking for passage. So that's our first quest. Well, first let's pick up some of these other quests. Find where our father fell and bring him home. Okay. So now we choose what we were. Are we a madam, a sir, a citizen, a lord, a lady, or captain? Now, anyone who knows me knows I'm partial to this particular title. But let's just stick with the classics. Captain. Have we picked a name yet? No, we haven't. Who are we? Who are we? Captain Creepy Guy. I think he's even creepier. I don't know why you'd wear that on a boat. That's for when you go out of the boat. Octopus lady. Just big old bald guy. Alright, just doing that. We're just gonna stick with the default. Alright. Necro. The Gracious Widow. It is said that she controls half the crime in London. It is said that she is 500 years old. It is said that she can distill spirits that delight the tongue and melt the flesh. It is said that she has paid for a memorial headstone to be set up for my father. What does she know? The night under the earth. The widow receives you in utter darkness, blank as a bandage laid across your eye. This is usual for the widow. Yes, she says, and her voice is oddly youthful. I have an interest in your father. I had hoped news of the headstone would bring someone looking, and here you are. I have an idea where his bones might be. Perhaps you will help me recover them, but I would like you to cover my expenses first. I need something for my tonics. Scintillac. You can find it in Port Cecil. I understand. Oh, you can find it in Port Cecil, I understand. Wow, punctuation's important. You may go. A little rude, but expected for a crime lord, I suppose. Bring a unit of Scintillac from Port Cecil for the widow. Port Cecil can be found in the center of the Unterzee near the Khanate. Okay, so agree to carry the August Travel Rider to Gator's Morn. The August Travel Rider shakes your hand. His grip is distressingly strong. Thank you. It's Gator's Morn. I'm bound for first, he says. I hear they... Ah! He hurries over to your stoker, who is carrying his steamer trunk up the gangplank. No need to trouble yourselves. Give it here. Remember, Captain, Gator's Morn. I'll pay you 150 echoes when we arrive. Where the fuck is Gator's Morn? We are good on crew. We've got 8 out of 10. We don't want to take on too many because the more we have, the more food it'll go through. And we don't have a whole lot of money to buy more. Offer passage to a tomb colonist. That would take it north to Vanderbite. It's oddly difficult to die and fall in London, but when a Londoner is too tatty and wretched to live, they wrap themselves in bandages and take ship for the tomb colonies. Your crew cart these ones aboard in padded coffins. They'll sleep there until the journey is done. So I've put my passengers in coffins and put them in my hold. This is always, when it's available, a quest that I do first. Just because it's easy. The music's fantastic, by the way. Hunter's Keep is a good place to go, I think. That's where the 3 sisters are, if memory serves. Why am I going so slow? My engine is a piece of shit. A hump of dark rock swathed in mist, like 100 other Unterzee islands. But here's a grand house, windows aglow, lawns impossibly green and lush in the false starlight. Raked gravel paths. You stand on the dock as the sea nudges the ship's sides. An unexpectedly warm breeze carries the faintest trace of lavender. So, do we want to just present ourselves? Do we want to survey, or do we just want to walk the gardens? Well, we can try to spy, but I don't want to spy because I don't think these girls are entirely human. Alright, let's get a port report first. Reconnoiter the island. Plunging cliffs, soft green lawns are well tucked away in a fold of the grounds. Anything else? No. No, nothing. Okay. Let's walk the gardens. The lawns are neatly trimmed, and the night flowers of the Neath bloom here in profusion. You watch the hedgerows, but nothing comes to menace you. You can savor the peace. There's a pointed cough from the shadow of a potting shed. An angular woman in a maid's uniform, her eyes a peculiar sulphurous yellow, advances, frowning. She indicates the house, turns on her heels, and leaves. Alright, let's present ourselves. A different maid, this one with smoldering topaz eyes, shows you into the parlor where 3 young women wait. A visitor! The youngest cries. The next youngest chuckles. The eldest sighs. Do excuse the indecorum, she says. Visitors are rare. You are very welcome. I am Cynthia. The noisy one is Phoebe. The cheerful one is Lucy. You're in good time for lunch. Will you join us? Not so creepy yet. So who would we want to dine with? The youngest, the middle, or the eldest? Sunny, restless, prone to giggles. Little bubbly for our taste, I think. Soft-voiced, watchful, and unpredictable. Melancholy, pensive, occasionally dramatic. Let's dine with Phoebe. She has a story to tell, of 2 lovers parted by water, of a raven that carried messages, of a fragment of the moon. She beats time on the table as she speaks, as if to a song only she can hear. The effect is hypnotic. Your attention drifts out through the skylight of the dining room to the false stars glittering in the roof of the cavern. You drift like a puffball spore. The Unterzee shimmers below. Islands lie like mineral specimens on black velvet. Ships bob like wood chips between the islands. Vast spined things pulse in the depths. There's a scent like the scent before a storm. The storm came, says Phoebe quietly. Everything changed. Somewhere in there, you finished the last course. The scowling maid reluctantly serves cheese and Bath Oliver biscuits. Alright. So, what do we gain? Memory. Acquainted with the sisters. Supplies. That's good. Lost what hunger we had gained in that short little trip. Fragments unchanged. And one of the old gods. We've gained their attention. We've gained the attention of Storm. Oh, that was fun. Let's make our way to Vanderblight. Oh, shit. Nope, nope, nope. No pirates. Lights off. As you travel, I think you can see my mouse. Anyway. Nope, 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 nope. Pirate, go away. Yeah, as you travel, the darker the area you're traveling in, or the further away you are from known waters or cities, the faster your terror goes up. But if your lights are on, they can see you. So Vanderblight, is that what it's called? Vanderbite, not Blight. It is everything I imagined, he tells you breathlessly. But there's someone missing. Please bring her to me. Okay. She went off to the Mangrove College. She needed to get out of London, but Vanderbite is just as safe as the college, and I'll wager she's bored of mud by now. The first curator is responsible for the preservation of the tomb colonies. It has been here much longer than London, like all the oldest tomb colonists. Oh! Talking about the curator, not the colony. Okay. But even tomb colonists dissolve in the end. Its time is close. No more light. The obsequious steward cautions you. The curator is terribly afraid of moths. He opens the door, and you step into near darkness. A pair of luminous lamplighter bees buzz in a latticed ivory tube. There is no other source of light. A bandaged shape no larger than a child lies crumpled on a couch. It lifts its head with obvious effort. It takes several seconds for you to distinguish its voice from the soft buzz of the bees. Let's listen to the request. Z Captain, Silkskin, not much left of me. I will go into the Grand Sanatorium. Bring me colors, 7 colors. Pay well. Alright, so I gotta go find those colors, wherever they are. The Grand Sanatorium, what is it? Oh, silk skin, you don't want to know. Chuckling becomes a cough. We don't die here below. Not unless we go to sea. So we needed something else. Somewhere to end. That's creepy. Thank you. This poor flesh thirsts for colors. It collapses, rustling back on the couch. Even the effort of speaking seems to have diminished it a little. The audience is over. As the door opens, it shrinks from the finger of light that reaches across the floor. Outside, the obsequious steward nods. The book? Yes, the book. He hands you a slim, illustrated volume. The curator is old as dust. We will all be grateful if you do it this one last favor. Let's gather some gossip. Along the coast of the Unterzee, it's remarkably hard to die. The decrepit and nearly dead who leave London become tomb colonists, and settle here in bandaged peace. But they don't give up their ties to home or their politics. You gather a haul of complex clues, enough to keep your contacts in London interested. Alright, so we've got some port reports, and we've got to go south anyway, so let's go back to London. Home waters. Haven't been gone that long, but still nice to be home, especially in a place as creepy as this. Collect messages for the Harbour Master. All the clatter and song of the dockside, it soothes the soul. Are there messages for you? From the Harbour Master. Let's see, something has changed in the Neath. Someone wants to sign on. What I need to do is I need to visit the Admiralty's survey office and give them port reports. Alright, let's see if there's anything in particular that the Admiralty needs. Speak to our agent and return. We'll see that you're rewarded. Iron and Misery Company, Funging Station. Funging? I'm assuming that has something to do with fungus? Somewhere not far from home waters. If memory serves, Iron and Misery Company is down south. We're not going to bother trying to speak to an officer. The university has an inexhaustible appetite for secrets. Z specimens and other tidbits of esoteric lore. Provide a secret to prove yourself worthy of entry. Yes. The alarming scholar is mercurial to say the least. A creature of sudden moons and provoking teeth. Possibly her. Is it her? Appointment as University Maritime Liaison was precautionary to keep his razor-sharp enthusiasm from causing too many injuries in the faculty. Ah yes, the scholar whispers breathily. I have a budget for acquisitions. What have you brought me? A memory of distant shores. That's the one we got. There you go. As the alarming scholar listens, tears well in the depths of those shining, or is it blazing, eyes. They overflow, splashing onto the desk blotter. Stop, she sobs at last. This is too beautiful. Allow me to bring the macaw of memories. I wish each individual tone recalled. 10 echoes and favors with the antiquarian is increasing. Alright, well that's all we can do at the university for now, I think. A very fine evening to you, Captain. My, what you might call mentor, is very fond of adventurous Z captains, and he would like to offer you what you might call a dispensation, on account of he is so fond of Z captains. Behind the blind bruiser on the dock stands a dray piled high with fuel and supplies. Who is this patron? Is there a catch? He runs a very fine and very liberal establishment just across the river, which is more patronized by sailors and by men of wit and vinegar. And public house. A public house, I guess? And there is no obligation to speak of. My patron would hope only that you might remember him kindly, and I suppose that if the opportunity should arise for you to return his kindness, then I do not imagine he would refuse your offer. Yeah, we're not dealing with thugs. I will not deny that I'm a little saddened, and I think that my patron will also share my sadness, but I understand that you knows your business, and that a Z-Captain is a free spirit, and I will explain carefully to my patron that you mean no insult by the refusing of his kind gift. Zailsafe. The dray creaks off into the dockside crowd. I feel like no matter what I do, that's going to come back to bite me somehow. Alright, so let's go lodgings, read the morning paper. The Echo Bazaar, that enigmatic marketplace, has increased its tax on love stories. The traitor empress has forbidden singing in the street outside her palace. The anarchists of the Calendar Council have inexplicably dynamited a drinking fountain. The Ministry of Public Decency has located and destroyed a nest of Galeblighter wasps. Okay, so I've lost some terror, gained some recent news, and fragments are unchanged. Oh, a new recruit. Genial magician, tireless mechanic. Fuel efficiency is always good. That's going to cost me 50 echoes, but that would save me quite a bit, I think, in fuel. So let's go ahead and hire the tireless mechanic. Let's see here. Let's speak to the surgeon. What does he desire? What are his ambitions? He wants corpses. I guess I'm not surprised that a surgeon would want corpses. Far east of the Unterzee. I'm not going there any time soon, so that's not too much of a concern. What about you? I would love to meet with him and learn more about him, but I do not have the supplies to afford on a dinner at this time. So let's just make our way to... to the Iron and Misery Company. The air trembles, a breath of change passes. So things are changing in the Neath. We have the attention of an old god, and we don't know where we're going. And this is about a normal start. This is part of the fun of the game. Quaker's Haven! Don't need a wretched Mog, because I've got my comatose ferret. One echo we can do to get ourselves a port report for Quaker's Haven. What else do we got going on here? How much does fuel cost? Oh, whoops. It didn't take me to a shop, it just cost me money. Okay, whatever. 20 echoes for one fuel I don't think is a bad price anyway. Should probably pay attention to what I'm doing. Alright. Very far off, someone screams. Alright, what do we got here? Let's get as many port reports as we can. Listen for surface gossip. A vision of the surface gained. Many ships pass this way, but perhaps you'll pick up something they missed. The gates open and shut. The locks remain free from sabotage. If anywhere besides London is safe in all of the Unterzee, it's here. The surface nations have an interest in keeping the way open. Alright, so let's keep on heading south. I don't remember much of the game, because most of when I played it was when it was new, back a year and a half, 2 years ago. But one thing I do remember is as I get down here towards Iron and Misery, the music is amazing. Traveling is boring. I need a better engine. Whirlpool! There it is! God, I love this music. Nope, nope. We're friendly with them. They shouldn't attack us. We've got no beef with the Iron Republic. There we go. Hell's client state. Be wary. Their laws are not the laws of man or nature. How much would it cost me to get the cannoneer? 20 echoes. I can afford that. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to go ahead and pick him up. I don't care if that means we only have 4 echoes left. That's fantastic. I need a gunnery officer. And what do you have to say? You can train me in exchange for a secret. Not just yet. Okay. Fund a tittering artificer's project. Nearly ready. Yes, yes, nearly ready. I need more. You can have the prototype when it's done. Take it. Kill with it. I want to see what damage you can do. Ammunition will be difficult. It will cost you so much. But the weapon, oh, the weapon. Forward-mounted weapon with unusual characteristics, which I can't get anyway because I need devil bone dice and Stygian ivory. Don't have any of either of those. Pretty sure both of those I get from killing things. Can't buy anything here. Oh, but fuel is only 8 here. Interesting. Okay. We've got 2... Oh, gained 2 pages. Got a port report. Gained a tale of terror and a memory of distant shore. That's a pretty good haul, I think. We've still got fuel. Let's try and make it a little bit further south. You're not going to shoot me, are you? Please don't shoot me. I think they are. I think they're going to shoot me. Yep, they're shooting. Fuck. Yep, they're still shooting. Okay. Luckily we're faster than them. Nope! Nope! Big glowing ship. There was something I needed to do. Or is that not... Iron and Misery is not the Iron Republic. Okay. I need to get back before I run out of fuel. The sea here is warm. Bubbles rise and burst with lazy menace. The fire in the earth is restless. Alright, I'm down too far on fuel. I need to go back. Oh, Grand Geode. I might be able to make some trades there, make some money there, do something there and get some fuel. There's the Grand Geode. Fuel reserves are empty. No shops, okay. Commodore shakes your hand warmly. He is a handsome, open-faced fellow in an immaculate Navy uniform. His office is equally handsome. It overlooks the glittering interior of Crystal Cliff. It must be as well lit as any study in the Neath. He deflects questions about the purpose of this installation, classified, you know, but smilingly offers you tea, biscuits, and mineralogical anecdotes. You find yourself nodding, and then jerk suddenly awake. The Commodore is smiling. Your cup is empty. You feel well. Very well. A little euphoric, even. Come back soon, he says softly. First officer. I don't have a first officer, and it doesn't cost me any money. So, let's go ahead and grab her. I done goofed already. Alright, let's see if we can make it back. I gotta go all the way back up. I'm not gonna make it. I think you're more fuel efficient if you stay on 1 instead of 2, so let's try that. And just inch our way up slowly. You guys are not gonna have to sit here and watch this. I am. We're just going to inch very slowly all the way up to London. Alright, let's first do this. Nope. I lost supplies and didn't get any fuel for it either. Make a sacrifice a storm. The blood of the sacrifice is black in the deck lights. The crew are silent. No one will look at anyone. The Z stirs. It withdraws, flattens unnaturally, rises in a wave as high as a hill. Your ship is borne up, high enough that you glimpse the roof of the Neath, and then comes smashing down. We're gonna have to try again. Because we're gonna die if we don't do anything. It's giving me hull. I don't need hull. There. We now have 0 crew, but we've got 2 fuel. We have sacrificed our entire crew. That's not at all shitty. We have fuel. But everyone died. I didn't realize that you needed some crew. I figured the 5 of us officers could at least make it back to port. Okay. Into darkness you will be mourned. I don't have a will. Your first captain has died. Don't worry, these things happen. Explore boldly with your next captain. Choose a legacy to preserve something for your next captain. Helpful. I think of those, the mechanic's probably the best option, especially since fuel is what killed me. So, yeah, we're going to retain 50% of Necro's heart value and the tireless mechanic. This time will be a priest. Stranger quality is gone. Welcome to the world. Gained 10 echoes, 25 hearts, a gall-eyed engineer. So I start with a... Fucking Christ. I started with an officer who's also an engineer. So now I have 2 engineers. Father's bones. Let's pick that up again. Let's refer to as citizen. Vernon. I like that name. Vernon. This cadaverous and sinister prelate interviewed you in person just before you were cast out of the priesthood. He seemed surprisingly sympathetic. After what happened with your father, he said, I suppose you shouldn't be surprised. Or I shouldn't be surprised. What did he mean? The bishop's face is stern and shadowed. I do not condone you what you have done, he says. But many of us have, what shall I say, eccentric appetites. Yes, I will assist you. But you must help me satisfy one of my own cravings. Dark drop coffee is difficult to find in London. Bring me, let us say, 2 sacks of beans. Bring me this, and I shall share with you what I know. Bring 2 sacks of dark drop coffee from the south for the Bishop of St. Fiacre in London. Labyrinth of Tigers. What the fuck is this? The Labyrinth of Tigers is open under the patronage of the London Zoological Society to cautious visitors for educational purposes. Here you may see the devil apes of far Mandalay, the thing in the mirror, the Cantagaster's children, the gargantuan cave snake, the inhabitor of wolves, the hybrid fiend in B. The management recommends that you arrange your exit well before closing time. +1 to Veils. +8 to Veils plus fuel efficiency. Swap! The gallbladder wasp. You know it? Its children are in me. She smiles. I can't be sorry. I can see such things. She tails off, hungrily watching your face. What is she seeing? King Eater's castle, she says at last, rather breathily. Her hand goes up to her throat. I would like to see King Eater's castle through these eyes before I go. Far southeast of the Unterzee. That's not happening anytime soon, but we'll try our best. Tomb Colonist, okay. So I'm going to redo some of what I did before. The map should be more or less the same, since it's the same save. It does change from save to save, but I think captain to captain, the same save, it stays the same. Hunter's Keep. Let's do the same stuff we did before. Reconnoiter the islands, got our port report, travel that, maid yells at us, present yourselves to the house, continue, but this time let's have lunch with Cynthia, the eldest, and melancholy and occasionally dramatic sister. She gave us supplies, lost 20 hunger, iron remains unchanged, salt's attention. In and out, easy peasy. Nope. Alright, fuck it. We're fighting. Okay, loot and scuttle her. A stout crate. 2 fuel! Okay. Alright, that one's different. We must find her father. You'll find my father in the belly of a monstrous eel. Gods never lie. Let's make our way back, and maybe, if we're lucky, find something worth killing on the way. Because I know killing the crabs and things like that can actually give you supplies, so you can eat them. Alright, so back to London. Turn in these port reports, see if we can get some money. It's possible we can actually start making some trades too. Because Echoes is a big deal. And any upgrades we can get, we should try. Nothing worth trading. So away we go. We do need to get some food soon. Hey, Megalops! Butcher it for supplies. There we go. Got rid of some hunger. Pick up the port report. Explore the shore. Oh! A woman in an iridescent green gown waves vaguely from a rock near the shore. Sorrowful sighs waft across the water towards you. An idiot castaway? A mermaid? Of course not. Mermaids are a preposterous myth. A drownie or someone's feral aunt. Approach. Oh! A fanged mouth rears from the water, big enough to bite a boat in half or swallow a pig. The woman contorts and slides into the water. She's the tip of the monster's tail. Fuck it! The beast's scales are proof against pistol shot, and it wreaks terrible havoc before you manage to bring it down. You harvest its bones and scrape its hatching young from along the rocks by the shore. I've lost a crew, but I now have 3 Stygian ivory and a harlot fry. Alright, so we need to get to the Cumean Canal. Hey, Megalopolis! Fine. You want it? You want it? I'm just gonna stay on your ass. Or in your mouth, whatever. Butcher it for supplies! There we go. But there's the trick. Can't ram you if you just stay on its face. A riddle. There are 10 individuals in a room, one of whom is an ancient tyrant. How can you distinguish him? Answer. Burglarize a private library for a picture of him beforehand. What? As dinner bells sound throughout the port, you carry a ladder to one of the long-moored, half-legal ship hostels. You prop the ladder to the porthole of what the Gallivant assures you is the cabin of a French diplomat. He ascends swiftly, leaving you to carry the ladder away. Half an hour later, the Gallivant is back on your deck. He polishes his ruby cuffs. I have seen the face of eternity printed in ink. It was a terrible face. Let's go ahead and get that cannoneer back. Let's at the very least head our way back to the Grand Geode so that we will have hit every location we had hit before. And avoid the Dreadnought. So we're better off than we were in that we're not guaranteed to die, but we're still not in a good spot. Okay, lost 5 terror, gained memory of distant shore, memoirs of sunstroke, compiler port reports. I know the Admirality's going to love to hear that. Get the exile. Okay. Gunnery officer, first officer. So we're not exactly where we were. We are missing a surgeon compared to where we were before, but we are in a much better position that we have 5 fuel, 3 food left, although we're about to use one of them. But we're down to 37 hull. So we're at about half. Okay, so that does it for this episode, guys. If you liked what you saw, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And as always, suggestions are welcome, so leave a comment below if there's something you'd like to see, and I'll catch you guys next time.